Hi, it's Karen here from the Learning Cauldron. In addition to being a tutor, I'm also a writer, and that means I spend a lot of my day staring at screens, be that my laptop or my mobile phone. I think it's the same for many people nowadays, including a lot of young people. It set me wondering what might happen if we spent so much time in the virtual world that we began to lose our grip on the real world. Let's meet Stu and find out what could happen.
Meet Stu. Stu loves his laptop, is virtually welded to his mobile, and can rarely be torn away from his tablet. You could say that Stu is screen keen. But what Stu doesn't know is that there's a whole wonderful world waiting out there, of which he knows very little anymore, the real world. One day, Stu's friend Pygmalion came to call. Huh? Who's that? He was worried about Stu, as he'd noticed Stu didn't come out of the house much anymore.
Hey, Stu! Come on, mate!
Oh, Pygmalion, maybe you can get through to him.
Seeing Stu staring at his laptop screen, his eyes glazed, the pig summoned all of his courage and uttered the immortal words.
Step away from the screen, Stu.
At first, Stu didn't even hear Pygmalion. He'd almost forgotten what his friends actually looked like, in real life anyway, as he'd been spending so many hours communicating with them online. But this time, Stu did hear, and Pygmalion's words filled him with horror, plunging him into an abyss of fear at the frankly terrifying prospect of turning his back on the virtual world. No! But something about the desperation in his pink pal's voice made him pay attention. Step away from the screen, Stu. Huh? Who's that? Slowly, tentatively, he reached for the off button. At Pygmalion's command, he also handed over his tablet. And, even more reluctantly, his mobile phone. That was it. Now, he was entering the real world. I don't know what you expect me to do now. There's absolutely nothing in the real world worth doing. But Pygmalion knew otherwise. He tapped his pink piggy nose with a wise expression on his face and said, "Just wait and see." That made Stu feel just the tiniest bit curious. It was a strange sensation. He'd almost forgotten what being curious felt like, and he realised it felt surprisingly good.
It's not always easy turning your back on the familiar and venturing into a new environment. Stu was certainly thoroughly unimpressed by the prospect of leaving behind his familiar virtual computer world and venturing back into the real world. But it might not be as bad as he anticipates. In the next chapter, we'll find out how he gets on.